positive psychology in practice and rules. If you have no rules, you have nothing. That's what William Golding said when he was asked about the main themes, or the very important, the most important message in his chef d'oeuvre, included on so many lists of best 100 books, novels, Lord of the Flies, and he said, well, I wanted to show what happens when there is a breakdown, when there are no rules anymore, they're not obeyed in any case, and when you have no rules, you have nothing. I was impressed with this formulation, and I thought he's right. It's true. I tend to see quite often in practice trying to think positive psychology, trying to apply it, that when there's a breakdown of rules, there's a problem. For instance, for years now, we've been trying to talk about the rule of respecting the other, and how this goes against playing football, for instance, in this neighborhood. There are all sorts of fields around available for people, children, to play, but they stay here and close, and that's associating with very ugly cursing, with pennies, with pussy, with everything and anything we can imagine. I'm saying, maybe I'm exaggerating a little, because that imagination there is limited. It's football and some 10, 20 curses, not everything imaginable. And we keep saying, well, they shouldn't, and then some agree and say, okay, let's find another, but then they keep coming. Last night they came again. So what do you do? When there's a breakdown of rules, you're left with nothing. Positive psychology is used. But that's not the point. No, I'm trying to make, it's one way to look at it, and then there'll be other rules, and trying to extend the influence in practice and in my life of positive psychology, yes, but try and find other areas which go along with positive psychology, reinforce, if we can say that, the message. I'm thinking of Stoicism now, Marcus Aurelius, and his rules, the rules he proposes, and the Stoics, of course, in general. The idea of not letting yourself, speaking of this football and other adversities, not letting yourself overwhelmed by such things, trying to say, okay, if I'm strong, I will go above this. They can play football and fuck all the time as much as they want. But then I'll move on. I'll just use another rule I'm thinking of now. The idea of trying to somehow understand that position. Not just, okay, they have to play, because I have a spontaneous reaction to that. Okay, they have to play, but play where your parents are. I mean, you're 30 people, 30 families, play at one of the families, not here. I mean, all these families have a child playing and screaming and that. But it's bizarre that they say, okay, it's normal. It's, why not? I mean, they young people curse, young people scream. All right, at your gates, not mine. Near your fence, near your house, not mine. If it's so normal, so acceptable, and it's wonderful. Some even say, oh, that's so lovely. Okay, go ahead, embrace this lovely entourage with all that it produces, with pussy and whatnot. Yeah, on the other hand, sometimes it's lack of education. What I just said is evidence that they have parents who seem not to care, except pussy grabbing. Some even vote in America for the pussy grabber, the orange man in the White House. And if he's saying and doing that, that's a role model for people around the world. Do that and you become somebody, something. That's the way. Grabbing and talking and boasting about such things on the streets, or in buses in the case of the orangutan. So they have limitations in education, in perspective. They didn't have people to show them, well, look, you better read more, yeah, you socialize, but if you play other things, ride a bicycle with your friends, and I don't know what, and I'm not the one to think of that. Even if I tried, I was in charge with this neighborhood, and when I was president of this association of homes here, I took them to the Bonassa forest, a forest which is something like, let me think, 2 miles away. A trip they can get there in maybe half an hour, maybe 45 minutes, but then that's something to do. There's a big field there. They can play football or whatever, or shout or chase, or in there. We took some. My spouse took some to the Museum of Modern Art, which had a program for young people at the time, and I'm sure they do now. So my 17-year-old is going to Mogoșoaia, for instance, was the princely castle. Castle is too much, but a sort of palace. That's what it's called, Palatul Mogoșoaia. Small, but different standards, yeah. And she joined a theater company. I mean, there are other things to do, not just fuck all day long on the street.